Hey y'all, it's Nim or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and welcome to the YouTube video. Now, I know it's been a little while since I've actually done one, but today, we're doing one, and it's on Sword of Legends Online. So this Wuxia-style MMO released on Friday, and it's currently Sunday. Let's find out, were there any problems with the launch, and, more importantly, is it worth it for you to buy? Because it is a buy-to-play MMORPG in the high Chinese fantasy style. So, without further ado, let's get to it. 1. The visual aspect in Sword of Legends Online. So, the first thing I want to touch on in Sword of Legends Online is, again, that it is a Wuxia-style MMORPG. That means it's high Chinese fantasy. Think of it, if you enjoyed Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and other Wuxia-style films, this might be up your alley. Now, that being said, is it a perfect game? Of course not. It's not a perfect game, but it does have a couple of stylistic features that you might find enjoyable. Aesthetically, as you can see, the art is very, very beautiful. It is a buy-to-play game, so that will mean that there's extensive cosmetics. So if you wish to play expensive dress-up, you can actually do that and look very pretty. For example, one of the mounts that came with the Collector's Edition, pop it out right now, is, of course, the Golden Wing. So, again, very pretty. Prettier than some of the MMO's starting mounts or anything else. And, of course, the very first mount you get through the story, we'll summon that now, and it sticks with the fantasy, is a levitating sword. I am riding on a sword in a very dignified pose, because in Sword of Legends Online, you are questing to be an immortal. That's what you're known as. You talk to elder priests, and they're known as venerable ones. It's all in all, it's a very respectful environment. The way it talks, the way you interact with NPCs, and NPCs interact with you. As you can see, again, the aesthetics are here. This is hit and miss, so if you like this style of aesthetics, it's going to be awesome. If you don't like this style of aesthetics, funny. If you don't, that does fit the mold, but not quite the sentence. If you don't like this style of aesthetics, then it's going to be a hard miss. On to combat. 2. The combat in Sword of Legends Online. Now we're at combat. Now, of course, a large part of any MMO is going to be combat. So, how does it handle in Sword of Legends Online? Well, it's fairly fluid. I'm currently holding down the left mouse button, which corresponds to the Q button, if I wanted to press and hold Q, which I can do right now. Boom, boom, boom. And that builds up my primary attack. It builds up a meter called my charge meter. You can see it in the center of the screen underneath my character's feet. That is spent using Cloud Ripper. Cloud Ripper, of course, is big sword, swing, swing. Nice little AoE. And those are the two basic attacks of combat. Now, I have other abilities, such as my other builder for strike. I believe that is called, what is that? That's Solar Rider, okay. And that builds up strike. And the other thing is, because this deals with a lot of ancestors and filial piety, you can summon ghosts and phantoms, and I call them zombies, I know they're phantoms, and I can then detonate them to do some extra damage, which is pretty cool. One of the cool things I like about this is that you can dodge and roll, so let's do that there, so that you don't actually have to sit still and fight. There is a benefit to dancing around. I've played certain MMOs where players would dance with the boss, and it was annoying. In this, you actually have to, because it's not quite telegraphed, but it's not quite percentage, stand there and rolls, the old Burning Crusade style, which, you know, uncrit, uncrushable, and just hit things. So that's something there. There are interrupts, there are stuns, there are other things, but as again, a training dummy isn't going to show the best of that. Now, the one thing I do want to mention is certain abilities can be comboed. So I've got a full strike meter. Let's charge up Cloud Ripper. Bam, I hold it. Gap close. And drop. There it is. So the flexibility in combat is pretty high level. And again, for mobility, you can do a sprint. So let's do a sprint. There it is. Now that I'm sprinting, I can run and jump. And now I'm flying and cancel. Boom. There it is. So all in all, combat's fairly fluid. Let's actually get into some actual combat, because here's the thing. Wooden stakes are great, but it doesn't actually show off what I'm talking about. Now it's time for actual quest combat. So a wooden stake doesn't hit back, doesn't really demonstrate everything you need to do, but let's talk to our friends here. Turn this in. We're currently going through a memory of what happened. So let's see what happened here. As you can see, the aesthetics are still pretty strong. Hang in there, Doctor will be here soon. Helping you. that out. My Chinese is terrible. I probably shouldn't read the dialogue as we play. Alright, so that's... So, okay, well, I guess he's gonna give me another quest. Oh, okay, no, he gave me a quest. So, let's fight, of course. So, this is a... I am in Chingon City, if I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then we'll just do that. Simple enough. So, I've got to kill 8 soldiers. So, let's just drop that off. Boom. Boom. There we go. Simple enough. And I should be able to do that. Perfect. So we do have a couple of people other than myself running around here. But yeah, as you can see, pretty simple, pretty easy. Stay in the red area, kill the soldiers. There's currently a lot of people running around, weirdly enough, so I'll have to kill all these in order to understand what's going on. Alright, so there's the Cloud Hunter, and we're gonna shift, land. Doesn't do any damage. That'd be cool if it did damage as I landed, but it doesn't. Now this is a little bit of an AoE attack, so I should... There it is. Right there. Took out 3. Got a combo, and when you do combos in combat, or if you get the invincible idea, you actually don't take any extra damage. So I think I might have it here. No, I didn't. I have to... Invincible's harder and harder to get as you get higher up the ladder. Alright, so I didn't take... That's fine there. But you pick up little things there. I've defeated all of the Imperial Guards. So let's head back and turn in the quest. And you can see it's basically go collect, go kill, turn in, move forward. And the quest text is not exactly the most creative name. That might just be due to naming conventions. As this is the Sacred Evil Sword 4. So it's the 4th step in the Sacred Evil Sword quest line. And that's the naming convention there. While it's not the most creative, that's fine. I'm not gonna fault that for somebody. That would just be being overly retentive to certain things. Let's continue fighting with this quest, and then we'll move on. And the next footage we're gonna get is that of some of a dungeon. So that'll be something fun. And I'll see you when we get to the dungeon stuff. I'm not gonna have you watch through the rest of this. I was told that I should keep the videos not superfluously long. 3. The dungeon experience in Sword of Legends Online. And just as I promised, this is the Nightmare Temple of Mercy. So, this is the 2nd dungeon in the game. The Yimo City in Wuzhou is the 1st, but I figured let's have some fun here. As always, you have your dungeon quests, you have your dungeon combat, but let's see what's going on here. I'm going to show you a little bit of the dungeon in snapshots, as it's not important to see the whole way through. So let's get to some combat, and then I'll meet you back up. I'll meet up with you again at the first boss. It has been a little while since I've done a YouTube thing, and I am kind of doing this live without a script, so bear that in mind. Okay, let's see here. Kill these things. I've got to put to rest these painful memories. There's 50 of them. Quest. As you can see, I currently have an AI battle companion with me. You get Elong through the story, so don't worry about that. And you can actually level up your battle companions via items that you gain from doing dungeons and other content. Speaking of dungeons and other content, I think it's time to talk about gear. So as you know, in any MMO, gear is a big thing. Now, some people like just the challenge, and there's nothing wrong with that. But let's actually talk about the reason why most people kill things. I want to get stronger, I want the bigger sword, I want the better armor, I want the bracers, I want the trinket, I want the chest piece. You know what it is. I want the thing that won't drop, but I need it to drop so my character can be strong so I can go do the thing. Yeah, been there. I understand. Nim care. Anyways, here's how everything works. So let's pull up my little thing here. You see, this is my character sheet. Alright, I can... You know what? Let's, I'll add a title. Sharp-Witted Pioneer. Cool. Now, as you can see, every piece of gear has a upgrade level attached to it. You upgrade the gear via money and a currency you get called Seal Stone. You get those Seal Stones from doing quests and doing that content. Now, of course, as the levels get higher and higher, you end up having more things. It requires more currency and stronger currencies and things like that. But from the basic So let's say you get caught in a loop where, oh, you know, I missed a quest, or I just want to grind dungeons, you can actually get stronger, even if you don't get drops after a certain amount, because of the fact that you can upgrade the gear that you get. It doesn't require any pay-to-win transactions, it doesn't require any microtransactions, it doesn't require anything else. So, that will be something there. Just as a thought. Now, apparently, it seems I'm caught in some type of a loop. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Caught in a loop. Alright, we'll see you back up at the boss. Here we are at the boss, the Nightmare Demon General. Now, this is the first boss of the Nightmare Temple of Mercy. We've got the Nightmare General, then we've got to defeat Wu Rei, who is the final boss, and then I've got to kill some enemies, as you might be able to see on the screen. So, let's start with Cloud Ripper. See what happens. Drop off some damage. Put some things on bad boy. And watch out for, of course, as you can see, he's sending lines out, so we want to try to avoid that as best we can. Simple enough, right? It's not too bad. Up. And I have an XP. I have some food on that gives an XP buff. All food in this gives an XP buff, so we want to watch out for that. And it seems like he's hurting pretty badly. I'm not doing super hot, but it's okay. Taking a lot of damage. He's at 27%. And there are 4 levels of dungeon. There's Drill, Normal, Hard, and I believe Nightmare. Okay, so he's dead. We beat him before he was able to do the big AoE thing. So now on to loot. See here, this is one of the cool things. Let's see if I get what I need. All right, so recruitment order and I did. Okay. Only recruitment order. Damn. I was hoping I got something cool. So that gives me the Soul Force. I can use that for my companion, but I didn't get any actual loot there. So as you can see, I'm completing quests, I'm killing things, and we're at 51%. It's a fairly short dungeon, to be honest. There's only 2 or 3 bosses. Now, if you do die in a dungeon, you will respawn at an Ancient Dragon Star. That's just a respawn point. It has a fancy name. Don't worry about it. Let's go in and continue fighting a little bit, and then we'll meet up at the final boss, and then we'll do our final segment, which is the launch issues, and the final question, is it worth it? My answer might surprise you. So here we are at the final boss for the Nightmare Temple of Mercy, Nightmare Wu Rei. He's a general. So let's see if we can't introduce him to some love here. So we're going to charge up Cloud Ripper. Now, I move a little slower with Cloud Ripper, but I should be able to charge, gap close. Let's pop something here for Vortex, do a little bit more damage, as people well and truly know. I'm just going to do some damage. So I'm trying to, right now, just avoid anything just being in front of him. It's fine. We should be alright. He's already at 60% health. Watch out for that. Yep. Easy enough. And of course, I'm doing this on drill difficulty with an AI companion, so this is the easiest it's going to get. So basically, dodge as you can. Watch out for telegraphs, red circles, red lines. Lines coming from anywhere. Like, see, there it is. Red circles. Watch out for that. And then we're just going to gap close. Comes in. Boom. And I couldn't stun him, but that's okay. I don't need to stun him. I just need to kill him. And there he is. He's down. We just completed the quest. We've got a chest. A couple of them there. So this hopefully will show off what I'm looking for. And of course, we are limited by RNG to some degree. Pick up that. Recruitment orders. Nice. That's useful to level up my companion. And as you can see, not too bad. Dungeons aren't too bad. That took in all outside of a couple of things here. It did show. Okay. So as you can see, right here is this Nightmare Heart Core. So what this does is this creates a random piece of loot that is equipable to my character and my character's specialization. So, we'll do this. Boom, click it there. As you can see, Starfrost Ring. So its potency is 25. It's stronger. And if I'll learn exactly what it is by clicking again. So it'll give me some various stats, kind of roll. A little bit gives you some power, some agility, and it has the ability to be upgraded as well. So I'm going to right-click that and equip it. There we have that. I'm going to do a thing here where I say, let's see, cultivation. I'm going to collect the reward. Bam, I got some mysterious parchment, some gold, some experience, which is nice. I'm level 20 now, so I just leveled up. It means I can start the tutorial if I really want to. Writing as a Taoist approach, which we can worry about later. But I think for now, we'll wrap up the video and heading to our final segment, which is launch day issues and is it worth it? 4. Is Sword of Legends Online worth it? So now we come to the launch day issues. Now, I'd like to say that the launch was perfect and there were no problems. I'd like to say that, but I can't. There were a lot of issues with high ping, DCs, especially in the North American servers. Luckily, most of that has been resolved, but we must remember that no launch is perfect, and we should always cut things slack when things are needed. There was also an issue with reserving names prior to the start of the launch, in which certain people were able to get in and reserve their names, certain people weren't, and there was a question of, are they going to do a full wipe and give everybody a fair shot? And the answer from Solo was, no, we're going to let people who got in keep their names. If it happens again, where there's a giant queue to log in and people can't get in and names get sniped, then we'll decide to wipe it. That didn't happen, so everybody, the chips landed where the chips landed. Now, the question, is it worth it? We've explored some dungeon gameplay, some general combat, some aesthetics, and as you can see, I'm in the Bard class hall right now. It is very, very beautiful. For a video game, this is amazing art. In fact, for art, this is amazing art. I have to give them credit here. This is probably one of the prettiest class halls in the game. So, is it worth it? In my opinion, yes. Yes, it is. It is worth it to buy the base edition to play the game and enjoy the story, especially since there's no subscription fee, and you don't ever actually have to interact with the cash shop for anything, because it's just if you want to look pretty. You will do enough wild, outrageous, crazy things without ever having to interact with a way to spend money outside of just buying to play the game. If you enjoy wuxia-style, action-oriented gameplay with friends, this will be the game for you. If you do not enjoy one of those three things, do not buy this game. Now, that being said, of course, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter for more updates about various things. I do a lot of gaming, not just Sword of Legends. And if you really want to be above and beyond, you want to go on that immortal path, that ascension, there will be a link in the video to support the channel to actually purchase this game through my link. If that's something that's interesting to you, by all means do it. And if it's not interesting, then ignore it. But my name was Nim. Thank you very much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next video.